Whew. Thank you all for your patience. It is very appreciated. Hopefully it will be smooth sailing from here on out. If you're wondering what's been going on, well, we've had some technical problems, but I think it seems to be resolved, and we are on our way to continue swimming along as New England Whalers, and they swim towards that banana.
Got a lot of utility, a smattering of nades flying down banana. Physic down to 4 HP, may very well be dunked, and indeed he is. Whippy will finish the job. In the meantime, DJ, Ponalone, and Nismo all hit to about half HP or 3/4. Nowhere near where they want to be. And throughout that whole engagement, Steel's the only guy from Chaos that took damage.
Dude, that's so funny. They got all the way up to the wall, ate a grenade, and instantly all just fell off the banana control. Like, alright, no, we're canceling. They all lost almost half their HP, and Physique has already been eliminated. Steel's taken 73 points of damage, but I think it's pretty worth it. Now, the problem is, okay, Chaos has done a pretty good job applying pressure early towards banana, and now they set up towards bracket with this triple setup here that is incredibly strong at holding these contacts or this kind of pressure. Now, the only thing is these players are pretty well committed to the A site, so if New England Whalers, if they can eliminate Smooya well and effectively here, not only will they find the balance, but they'll find the site as well.
Indeed. A good smoke and wall off Whippy. That's exactly what they're going to do. He'll flash through, spray down, and actually take down Nismo for his second kill of the round. His first with bullets. Now it's down to Smooya to stay alive. First shot lands on the DJ. A great flick down as DJ fell into oranges. Whippy catches the feed. Ponalone will fall in the end, but Boo left alive. Again, Smooya will fall as Smooya swaps to the sidearm. And Chaos, a very clean round, will pick up their 7th. And a fantastic flying start after our tech pause.
Yeah, no hiccups. Back straight to the action, huh? Now, unfortunately for the New England Whalers, they've been unable to find the bomb plant, and their economy is suffering as a result. So they're going to go down to the CZ, down to the Deagles, a few set of armors, a nade, Smooya picking him apart once again, and he's been so good with these flashy picks. You gotta love watching this man play.
Yeah, it's going to be a joy to watch him. Now he's one of us. He's in an A. So we get to see him a lot more than otherwise. He'll land a second shot as Whippy will take down Physic in the meantime, leaving just Boo and DJ. A lot of control down bananas. Whippy's pushed all the way down. He'll get the bomb, leaving DJ from apartments in a 1v5. And if Chaos don't push him in, I don't think there's much DJ can actually do. He'll walk right to a crosshair. He's get a dink, but not quite a kill. Flawless anti-force buy from Chaos. A buyback from the Whalers, but right now it seems that the Chaos ball cannot be stopped once it started rolling. 8 in a row for the CT side.
Wow. That's actually pretty terrifying. And I think what's even more terrifying is you can tell that business is booming for Chaos, considering the fact that they have more terror-sided weapons than CT-sided weapons. Double AK, SG, and a nade right between Smooya's 5-hole, and Nismo is able to eliminate Cam being aggressive down mid. That's actually a huge find. That forces Chaos to flush their numbers back towards the A site. They need reinforcements, and that weakens the B defenses and allows options here for the New England Whalers. Chaos has given up mid. They've given up banana. They have no eyes, no info flow right now.
No info whatsoever. There is a lot of apps control for the Whalers. All of banana has been given up. But it's going to be a 5-man flood to the A side, and Smooya will go down first. Not a shot fired. Nismo takes out Ben. Leaving Steel in a 1v5. He pushes through the smoke. It's one. But Ponalone whips around and sits Steel back down, leaving Whippy in a 1v4. They have money, so he will go for it. Well, I don't know what more he can do besides some damage. It's a very tall task. And actually, I think he might just end up going for exits and fall off eventually.
Now, there's a lot of money left for Chaos. So this round, although it was not quite what they wanted, still, they maintain their bank. New England Whalers, they have to keep this up. They have to not relent on this pressure. This is a great round for them. It puts them at 3. But if they can secure this next round, Boggs, eliminate all players, or most players, and they might just find themselves a little freebie to close this gap between them.
And I think that's the best that Whalers can hope for, is closing the gap at this point. They can't win the half, but again, Inferno does tend to be a more CT-sided map than they can bring it close. And that kill on the Whippy will actually go a long way into harming the economy of Chaos. But if they can close the gap, bring it within 2-3 rounds, it's a solid half for Whalers and puts them in a prime position with a pistol round win to tie things up and really get themselves some momentum moving onto the CT side in their second half of the map.
On the double op setup, I've not seen this yet for Chaos.
It's a very deadly.
Yeah, actually, Darth, Mike, and I were talking about this earlier, and I think we both agree that double op setup on Inferno CT side specifically is actually one of the strongest double op setups in the game out of all maps. And it's kind of counterintuitive, right? Considering there are maps like, you know, Train and Mirage that traditionally rely on these double ops. But hold that thought. Portalone has found one. Unfortunately, Nismo catches a bullet to the face, but they know that Portalone is still here, so they know there's still presence inside the apartments.
Good Molotov off to Boiler to allow Cam to reposition and give Smee a little more security, not having to worry about his lane push. 3 players of the 4 from Whalers are positioned out towards brackets and mid, but now the bomb seems to be rotating back to B, as Physic once again has lurked his way up to top of car, but Whippy is holding the old primary opper, who now gave that hat to Smooya, holding the angle, soloing B. Does have a fast rotation, but that fast rotation is going to be the secondary op, or the other opper, it's going to be Smooya. That could lead to a pretty easy site take if they can smoke off CT, take down Whippy relatively for free. They can really build off of this round, shut Chaos out of the site, and get themselves a win, but Whippy's going to strike first. Steel, in the meantime, goes down as Arch is under the control of the T side, but Whippy will take down a third as he peeks out from behind Boggs, does not connect his fourth. But now Boo has been locked away from the bomb. The time is fleeting, as is his chance of survival in this round, and the Whalers have just about capsized here. As Chaos strike once again, there's enough for a bye. But what a flawless round from Whippy. Far and above the top fragger on his side, not to mention anything else. That was some great play from Boggs.
Yeah,
1,
I mean, you
2,
can't...
3 shots.
Right, you can't ask for much more than that. 100% accuracy on the entries, 3 kills, solo defender with the op. And that's their old primary opper, right? I mean, these guys, Whippy, Smooya, they're perfectly capable of handling their own with these ops, no doubt about it. And I think this is the scariest thing for me about this Chaos lineup, is the fact that their double op is, in my opinion, one of the strongest right now in North America.
And there's no doubt about that. It's another good nade, too. Physic down the half. But you have Whippy, a very capable offer, and then Smooya, a man who's shown his skill level at the highest echelons of Counter-Strike, on the biggest stages. So, that's a major buff to the overall CT setup for Chaos, and it even gives them a little more flexibility on their T sides. If Smooya, say, doesn't want to go too aggressive in a round with the op, toss it over to Whippy, or say Whippy is a spawn for a pick, say overpass a fountain. You have another great opera to take that pick and get yourself a little more room to move.
Yeah, New England Whalers are being countered in every single way. They try to take brackets, Smooya mollies deep towards Boiler. Doesn't allow them control of lane. They smoke halls. Or smoke out of halls, and they instantly get smoked back by Chaos. Just keep perfect time. Could not have come any better. Finds himself both kills, and New England Whalers' offense has been decimated, and their split potential is now funneled all the way into lane and halls.
Molotov will also put some fire under this. Portalone burns down. Smooya strikes with one, Ben with another, and Cam through the barrels will finish off the last player. As Chaos reached double digits, almost got a third op, which I think might have gotten a little overkill. But they do have a double op. Krieg set up on the CT side of Inferno. And up against them Whalers. Don't have enough money for a full buy. Only Nismo could go for an AK. Instead, he'll just go Deagle, armor, and a bit of utility.
Cam's position, he's so deep back in the middle. Now, mind you, he does have...
Oh!
Okay, I was going to say he has backup with the caster curse accelerated there just a tiny little bit, and Smooya finds himself eliminated. And it is man advantage now for New England Whalers. But mind you, they're only able to recover one of these weapons. And Whippy is holding down to Banana here with this op. So if they're not careful, they will lose numbers. But that flashbang is perfect.
Smooya drops, throws the smoke, but it's not going to ward off the push. Physic goes in, will tap away and take out Whippy. The B site is open. Chaos are locked out. The bomb will go down, and now there's an op in the hands of Pwn alone to post up and take people out at range. Boo gets up close and personal. Now Ben and Steel have a decision to make. Do they stay? Do they go? I think they are going to fight, at least for now. Steel gets flashed in. He takes down Boo. Never mind, he actually falls to Boo. Bentley's getting tagged down low. Will get one. Picks up a second, and he still has a little bit of HP. Knows that somebody is around the coffins area still, but I don't think he'll be expecting Pwn alone. Instead, it will be Nismo backing his way to the emo stack to take down Ben. Yeah, let's do a little more damage to the economy, but at this point, it doesn't really matter as it is the last round of the half. But they do have enough to buy in this round, which is the icing on the cake, I guess you might say.
Yeah. I kind of understand what Whippy was trying to do. You know, he's trying to hold him back at card. He's trying to tip the balance back into his team's favor. But I can't help but feel like he might have just gotten a little bit too greedy for that repeak. He could have gotten out of there alive. He could have just took the first shot. But no, he went for the repeak. They had already gone past the smoke, so that's a little unfortunate. But now we're on the final round. A potential 11th on the board would be a disaster here for the New England Whalers, but 5 on the board for them on T side wouldn't be too bad, Boggs. I feel like that's almost recoverable.
And they're on their way to 5 as they've got the first 2 kills. Ben Leet answers back on the Boo. But over towards the B side, the bomb is positioned ready for the take. And only Joshua Steele Nissan here to defend. Flashbang going over, he dodges it. 1-2 up close and personal. He'll be able to swap to an AK, but not before Pwn alone can punish with the Deeg spam. 2v2 to get the bomb down. Op and Famas up against an Op and a Krieg, a kit on Ben. A decent amount of utility for the CT side. They still have a couple flashbangs, a Molotov, and a nade. They're coming in on the split. The tick has been heard. The shot does not connect all the way on Pwn alone, but he will finish the job onto Cam eventually. But now both players are isolated back to church, but this could be what wins in the round. Ben Leet and Pwn alone both shooting like ships in the dark. Bomb has been tapped. Ben's going to hold. He's going to hold! But Pwn alone in the nick of time.
That was so close, wasn't it? Wow, there was only like definitely less than a second, and maybe even half a second remaining on that defuse. But 10-5, not bad. It could have been a better half here for New England Whalers, falling a little flat in kind of the beginning and middle of this half, but at least they've come alive towards the end. But now I feel like I can't help but feel like this CT side is actually going to be even harder than the T side was for the New England Whalers. Now let's see if they have something up their sleeves. This pistol is a must.
DJ up into App, spots out ahead, goes for the peek, does not do any damage on the spam, but it's a 4-man stack towards A. And that's exactly where Chaos are deciding to go. 3 players in Hall. Steel does a little bit of damage onto DJ. But now it seems that Chaos are just going to stomp around in the halls, make a lot of noise, and then drop out of the balcony. And back to alt mid. I think this is all an elaborate ruse to go back to halls once again and go for a pop. Unfortunately for Chaos, nobody's rotated off for Whalers. Steel is able to get the dink across and smoke off towards Moto. But now here comes the hit. Pwn alone up close, will get the first contact, gets one. Nismo will find a second. In the meantime, Cam has finished the job on a DJ. But Pwn alone swings and finishes Steel. Smooya takes out Nismo. But now it's a 2v3 in favor of the CT side. The bomb yet to go down for Chaos. But Smooya's in the pit. Ben's on site with a USP. Now there's a little more time to reposition and to hold some angles, catch off the Whalers. And that's a great first shot from Smooya.
Yeah, that is a great shot from Smooya. And this position is compromised, but Benz still has the element of surprise in his hand. Smooya double tap towards Physique, and not even necessary for Ben to chime in. It's going to be all Smooya. 4 kills for him, and the round in hand as well. And Chaos advanced to 11-5. And New England Whalers now have a difficult decision, Boggs. Do they buy here? And this is a pretty well timed timeout. I think it's a good idea for New England Whalers to discuss their risks if they want to purchase here. If they don't, that will relegate Chaos to 12.
And then it's a lesser utility buy for that 13th potential for Chaos, too. Something that I'm not quite sure what the right call is either myself. Like, do you go for the buy and give yourself a little bit of a chance? I mean, up against 5 SMGs. It's a little more chance other than otherwise for Whalers if they want to go for the force.
Exactly.
But they don't know this. They're going to go for a half here.
Yeah, I don't know about this, Boggs. I feel like if
It's
you're going to
taking
invest
the
that
worst
much...
of both plans.
Yeah, I couldn't agree anymore, to be honest. Nismo kind of has the right idea. He actually bought up armor. If you're going to go for a nade and kind of an airstrike strategy towards Banana, which, don't get me wrong, is completely viable, you need something to follow up with that, right? You need some sort of brute force here. Right now, they're up against SMGs that are looking to shred.
That's a lot of nade damage down to Banana. Steel to 34, Whippy to 85. One tap potential for the pistols now in effect on him. But Chaos still have a lot of time to play with. Excuse me, a lot of banana control, but Smoothie's gonna go in, spots out one, takes out Physic. The only man with armor has fallen. The B side is open, and Whalers now will face the brunt of their investment and feel the lack of money they'll have in the following round. I think they might just have to wait until round number 4 to buy after this, unless they can get some more kills here, stop the plant on B, but there's no real conceivable way they could stop the plant unless Chaos continue to stall and just hold Banana waiting for smokes. I think they're waiting for rotations to come in from CT.
Yeah.
Instead, everyone from Whalers push down mid.
And it's kind of just going back to our main point, right? Is they bought just enough to have the same amount of ecos they would have if they forced up completely otherwise. And who knows how this could have went had they had, had armor against these SMGs. And it's a bit of a consolation here for New England, of course. But the MAC-10, okay, second consolation. That certainly helps things. That could be an exit kill for Pwn Alone. Get him up to that op a little quicker than he wants. Or quicker than he wants. But it won't be.
I was gonna say $600 could go a long way to getting him an op, but
I actually would have gotten him a glass cannon here if he wanted it. But no, I think they're just gonna go for the half again. Yeah, I really do not like this decision from New England Whalers, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm right there with you. I think that if you're gonna go for the buy, you have to go all in, or else you're basically just relegating yourself to doing nothing at the cost of everything. Because as we see here, they got a couple kills, but if they had armor behind that buy, it could have been so much more deadly, like that deagle shot from DJ. But still, there's a Galil, MAC-10s up against unarmored players. It's going to need a lot more individual heroics from Whalers to even make this an expensive round, let alone a round victory. The damage on the Ben might do a little more for that, but DJ falling away to the balcony. It's actually the only man to defend the A site, as Whalers have gambled to B. Chaos are still electing to force the issue onto A, which is the right call. I don't know if they're aware of it yet, but they soon will be once they decide once they figure out the side is wide open.
I think the whole idea of the strat, by the way, from New England Whalers is to have DJ funnel them towards the B site, and he actually almost sold it to them too. He got the first pick, he did some damage to Ben, but somehow Chaos is big braining it. They know this is all just a ruse. They just being extremely careful looking for these, but DJ unable to find another kill. So for now, it will be the 4 versus 4. The bomb plan is definitely there towards the corner of the site for the big pit position. So Kane will definitely be the main key point here, as well as Whippy towards the grave.
Oh, a dink and a follow-up shot into the body will take out Smooya, but still a lot more to do. Whippy will take out Pwn Alone and follow up onto Boo. Nade goes into Arches, and Physic will fall as well. Whippy running around and striking down anyone who stands in his way, looking for Nismo as the last jumps in, takes some damage, sprays in return, but I think it will be for sure the round victory for Chaos as time has ticked. And a kill from Cam is second of the round. We'll take out Nismo. No more damage done. Whalers now finally getting their bye. But we see how late it comes. Round number 13 on the board for Chaos.
I love that there's I felt like a small chance was of success there for Whalers. I feel like they had a real living chance, and then Whippy just lawn mowed them out with the MAC-10 and just took away any chance they had, any hope in that round. You gotta love that from him. Now it's the control, and this time it's Chaos that's the one that's eating the grenade feature towards Banana. Flashes are out. That's going to allow them some space. Just kind of coming out, but the Deacon dodges quite well. The spray through as well as Nismo. That's 2 kills. That's a great start for New England Whalers on this first gun round.
That's 2 kills for free for the Whalers. If they can minimize their casualties, it could set them up for a longer push back against Chaos. as the war of attrition always favors the T's side, especially under the current economy. But now it's down to DJ and Boo to stay alive and deal the damage necessary to win this old. Boo strikes first. There's still Ben in the apps. Smooya coming to the ultimate up, but no more Ben Leet to back him up. It's just Smooya in a 1v5. Couple kills would go a long way for him. But at this point, you might even just want to save the op and not give another one over to the Whalers, who I think would love a double op for free on the CT side of Inferno.
And then forward to an op. Not a bad bargain. But yeah, no, I think you're right. I think he's just going to find safe harbor. He just trying to punish any aggression here early, but I don't think it's coming. I think New England Whalers are making the right decision. They're erring on the side of safety, and I agree with it. Just get your economy boosted. Avoid any sort of eco, especially with Chaos at 13 here. Just let him have this op.
Yeah, they pretty much, all they have to do is hold sites. They don't know where the bomb is, so there's no real need to hold that position. Potentially expose themselves, just hold the sites, and just hope that nobody really dies here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. They'll go for the hunt late. Smooya will survive. But most importantly, 5 stay alive for the Whalers. They get the first gun round under their belt and deny any sort of bomb plant from Chaos. Nothing Chaos really haven't able to do in that round. Great initial banana duel, though, from the Whalers. The spray to the smoke from both Nismo and Physic doing all the damage necessary. And pretty much putting New England Whalers on the path to success just 20 seconds into the overall round.
Banana control once again for the New England Whalers. And it's great that they're willing to do this 2 rounds in a row, right? Just establish some sort of dominance here towards Banana. Force Chaos to use a lot of their utility to either retake it or start using it early from here on out. But they're falling off the control this time. Giving it up freely. I would have liked to see them hold it for a little while longer. At least play the jump spot. But I think... Oh no, that's not the opera in the corner. Okay.
The op for the CT side is positioned over to Arches. Whippy holding for banana aggression. With the rest of his team posted up brackets. The utility actually quite expended from Chaos, down to a double smoke flash and a Molotov. Whereas Whalers still have a good amount to their own name. 4 Molotovs, and we've passed the 47-second mark of this round. Whalers still have all this utility, whereas Chaos have just about nothing. Now that both their smokes are used, more Molotovs to be used from Whalers to wall off the aggression. Now it's going to come down to a fast, furious take on the A site. The initial kills to Library and Arch would be critical for Chaos securing some control. However, there still is Boo to deal with in the pit. Physic on the Ninja Boxer, now on site. First kill goes the way of Boo. DJ comes in with another. Ben Leet will answer back with one Smooya with a second, but Boo will add another, and DJ will make it a 1v2 for Smooya as he picked off Ben Leet jumping down into the pit.
Now, I love this reposition here. Take the angle where you can isolate. Take a shot, take cover. Reset for the second one. He needs to be on point here, and there's still a few flashes left in the New England Whalers' hands. Now they've used both of them up, but I think he just got spotted at a missed shot. That, you can't have that. You can't be missing. And that's a little uncharacteristic of Smooya, especially in this match so far. He's not really missed Boggs. And it is New England Whalers to take another round. SG op maintained. I don't think they're going for the double up.
I mean, the Krieg in and of itself is essentially a mini op. And on the CT side can be more dangerous, especially since it has that multi-kill potential much more than the op. So I really do agree with that call of picking up the Krieg over the secondary op. I mean, it can serve the same function while still having that potential to spray down people. And it also has that nice, pretty much unhindered armor penetration that seems to go unmentioned a lot of times when people talk about how good the Krieg is.
Yeah. Fire rate, armor. The best
scope
spray pattern in the game. Can't really hate it. DJ's playing off ankle towards bracket. That could be easily overwhelmed. He's trying to provide support for himself. Flash is definitely helping. And, well, flying CZ comes at you. Not much you can do, Boggs.
Yeah, not much you can do, too, when Smooya spams you through a smoke with a Deeg, too. Flying CZ, Deagle spam. What's next? Mag 7 flying around a corner? very interesting position from Chaos here, though, is they have 2 players up banana, another 2 towards arches, ready for that Speedway wrap. It's going to put Whalers in a very awkward position, especially if Smooya can take down Boo, who's having a bit of a feeling that somebody could be back to arches. A lot of team damage dealt. Boo will finally fall to Smooya, but now this could signal a rotation back to A or Chaos with such little time now, pretty much having to press the issue onto the B site. And Smooya now has to be careful of his own flank. He can't necessarily help his teammates out, and Chaos might have just gotten too smart for their own good.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the game plan is right there. I mean, Cam really needs to, I know this sounds bad, but he just needs to eliminate himself somehow. And there it is. Eventually, both get eliminated, so loss bonus is not quite denied. 13-8. New England Whalers slowly eating away at this deficit.
Yeah, and when you're down by a significant margin like the Whalers were, the best thing you can do is just take it 1 round at a time, chip away at the lead, and then eventually you'll find yourself tied. I mean, right now, Whalers bringing it back to just a 7-round deficit. Actually, no. It's a 5-round deficit. So, very close indeed. Their bank actually has been allowed to grow a little bit. 5K, Nismo just below him. Whereas Chaos, they still have a Mac 10. Steel's been relegated to the SMG as he would love to have the utility that he purchased. But I think right now, Chaos seem to be a little flat on their T side, as Whalers throwing a good mix of aggression and passivity, really holding off the Chaos pushes and saving their utility for a late round. Really helping out a couple rounds.
Now, I think one sign of life here for me for the Whalers is the fact that they are still maintaining their aggression that has worked for them in many matches before this one. They're sticking to their scripts, deficit or not. That's a good sign. They at least have their confidence still intact. Now it's Pwn alone, peeking behind the Molotov, but his element of surprise is definitely no longer there. Chaos are getting grips on this bracket and this fast lane hit.
That's a good first and a second from Nismo, almost the third. Steel gets 1. He's still fighting, and he will take down Pwn alone, but still in the pit is going to be Boo. Rotations coming in through arches. Smooya with the op will post up the bomb, not planted for him. But he does have a visual on the Moto push. Steel's not going to pick up an op. Playing the Kenny S angle, gets flashed, and will fall, leaving Smooya on a 1v3. I don't think Smooya could even contest this. Probably just better off to try and save the op. Once again, goes for a shot, takes down 1. But Physic waits for the footsteps, peeks out, and catches Smooya with knife in hand instead of the big green gun. Whalers 1 away from double digits, 4 away from a tie game.
Bomb's not planted for Smooya. He has an op in hand, and if he saves there, he doesn't actually get denied a loss bonus. So I'm surprised he actually went for that. He could have just kept the op, dropped over an AK or an SG, and they could have actually had a pretty close to a full buy and pretty much got themselves an extra gun run out of that.
That's what I was thinking, but, you know, maybe Smooya was feeling confident. He hit the first shot, but maybe he wasn't expecting Physic to be so close and ready for that lane push. Either way, though, what's done is done, and Chaos now relegated to pistols and a Mac 10 across both Steel and Whippy. A lot of flashbangs. And I think they're going to hedge back to A, at least from the early setup. Smoke goes out to Moto. Flash is going in to double up Arch setup. Podalone gets supported by Physic, but not for long as Physic falls. Podalone's P2K takes out Ben Leet, but now Speedway under control of the T side. But Podalone still holds his cool, takes out Smooya. And DJ will come in, finish off Steel, leaving Whippy in a 1v4 as Cam is limited by Nismo. And Whippy gets spammed to the back by Boo as he runs across the M4. Chaos. They've lost 5 in a row. They won the pistol in the ensuing 2 rounds, but after that, it seems not only have they've been losing their rounds, but their individual prowess has fallen off too. The playing field much more even now on an individual basis than it was even 4 or 5 rounds ago.
Yeah,
so
they are falling flat a little bit, aren't they? This is shaping up to be a lot closer than we anticipated. I think both of us anticipated.
Yeah, I'm definitely not expecting the scoreline.
Yeah, And again, Whalers continue their aggression. They continue to play forward. Now it's banana control. This time they have a bit of a bait setup here planned out. Nismo maintains that ball, and he's been spotted. That spot actually works favorably for Physique. They might not expect him to be there. So for now, they maintain control of banana. And I think at some point Chaos realizes that they will need banana control. At least push them off banana control if they want any sort of success on this A site.
I mean, I might even say try and take B. Try and work back to B. I mean, A's been leading to nothing but doom and destruction. Why not take it the other way? You've been getting the rotations over to A too quite quickly. So throw some utility, get the rotations in, maybe send a sacrificial lamb in and hold the rotations where they are. But otherwise, try another site, try something different. That's exactly what Chaos are going to do, it seems, as 3 players now storm their way up banana. The rotations now from 3 players of New England Whalers heading through CT and back to B. And the bomb of Chaos working back to brackets. Don't think they have the sound cues. DJ definitely has a cue as he pops Ben Leet. There's still more to deal with. Flash will not come through. Cab walks into a crosshair. Whippy will win his duel. But in the meantime, it's allowed the rotations to come in, but now B has been abandoned. Steel takes out Physic, and Nismo from far away will have to do his job. He will do it well with 1 kill. Rotations coming in. All 3 players up CT. The Molotov is a little too late. The kill from Smoothie comes in and helps Smoothie out, allows him to choose just 1 target. And now the second shot from Smoothie will secure the round for Chaos. Extremely chaotic as their namesake is, but not smooth at all. Whereas the Whalers very easily could have won that round if a couple seconds went by and bomb wasn't planted, or even that Molotov was a second later than it was.
Yeah, I feel like New England Whalers were in control of that round the entire time until the post plant, or the site take, rather, even. 14-10. Money's still all right here for New England Whalers, as they are fully invested with M4s, ops, a few kits, and enough utility to go around. Now they're trying something different, a little cheeky boost towards Boiler. If anyone jumps up halls, if they're running their standard, standard app stake protocols, Chaos, they'll definitely get caught off by this boost.
Yeah, that boiler boost is always deadly to deal with, especially as it puts people just around the edge of the crosshair placement that you're not expecting. Home Alone 2 pushed up aggressive in halls, but he doesn't really have to worry about his bedroom, so it's a great play. The Molotov will not go into boiler into this porch, and the stack is still in effect. Nobody's cleared it. Oh my goodness, this is a snake in the grass play if I've ever seen one. The silent drop and a free 2. Never mind, just 1 kill for DJ. Cam able to answer. Boo is still here, but he spawned the bomb, and he's going to take out Ben Leet in apartments.
That's a massive find. They've now eliminated and gotten so much information towards that A part of the map. And you can just tell that these players are ready, but are they ready for Cam to just come through CT spawn? I think Physique might have just heard him. He has cover for now from the wall, but he doesn't really have much wiggle room. And this will be an angle that Cam clears. Right now, Chaos are looking for that solo defender on the B site, and they're trying to figure out where the support player is.
In fact, Cam might actually be waiting for Physic to make a move. He's going to wait. Never mind. He's going to push. He's going to work. He has to. As his teammates are crossing. Physic gets spotted out. The flashbang is good. Cam gets blinded. But the white screen. He's still able to spot out Physic. In the meantime, though, Nismo will hold. Boo comes up banana. And Nismo doubles down, eliminating everybody on the B side for Chaos. As Whalers strike back. The reset kind of in effect now, too, for Chaos. No bomb plant means that they only have 2 players in position to buy. Whereas Whalers can go for the full guns once again, have a Krieg in hand. The CT side from Whalers is looking extremely strong.
Right.
Their read's so good.
A completely different team here on the CT side. They're playing well. Not going to be a fast towards the B side. Flashbangs are effective, but the counter utility from Chaos, or excuse me, from Whalers, has done a pretty good job at slowing down this train. And you can tell on the minimap, New England Whalers are starting to lean closer to that B bomb site. Have a fast support in the hands of DJ. He has 2 flashes as well, so that support could come in at any point in time. And Nismo and Physique are looking to hold back against this push.
Good flashbang will come through as DJ sprays in. Does a lot of damage. Not quite a kill just yet. Eventually finds the head of Ben Leet. In the meantime, Physique comes in with another. DJ will get a second. A third on the USP. And Smuya falls to Nismo in the sight. Clean anti-eco from the CT side. And the Whalers draw now within 2 rounds of Chaos. 1 more gun round for Chaos. A timeout called. A wise decision from Steel. I'm surprised that Chaos have not called a timeout prior to this, especially given the fact they've only won 4 rounds on T's side. And 3 of them, or 2 of them, were because of pistol round win.
And Smuya's starting to a little kind of cool off on this T side. Mind you, T side opping on Inferno is one of the harder. Pretty difficult to get things rolling on this side. And right now, New England Whalers have a lot of utility to shut down that early aggression and that early op potential. 2 SGs allows them so much comfort, right? Playing solo. Like, when you're solo with an SG, you just have this extra level of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun gun to play with. It does a lot of damage, and to have 2 on the CT side, I was going to say it's going to be hard for Chaos to deal with, but Chaos have 4 of them. They've gone for the full-on scoped buy. Not one unscoped gun dots their bodies, their little cables on the sides of the screen, but no real control at all for Chaos. They had top mid, back ass, but that's about it. This is a mid default, it seems to be. They really lack the overall map control, but it's going to be a fast brackets play. 3 players up. Molotov's now coming in from Boo and Pit. It will burn Steel down quite a bit. But still no real control for Chaos other than top mid. Finally, Ben getting control of apps. The Whalers prepared for a... They're playing 2 players passive in Speedway. Because they're ready for an R trap, because that's what Chaos have been doing recently. Smoke comes out. A site not yet overwhelmed by the T side. Finally, their smokes will flood in. Now Arches will be the play from Steel and Company, but DJ is the first to face. 1 kill goes his way. Sprays in for the second. Whippy falls. It's all crashing down for Chaos once again. Cam taken down to half. And 4 players left to defend the A side. Make it clean sweep for the Whalers. Not a bit of indecisiveness from them. Clean aim duels. Great read to rotate the player into Speedway, ready for the R trap.
I think the one thing that I'm noticing here, Boggs, kind of a pattern in this matchup so far on the CT side specifically, is that Chaos doesn't seem to be ready for the repeats or the lack of respect being provided by Whalers, right? They're like, DJ took a first duel on Moto, didn't wait for a pop flash from his teammates, didn't peek off his... He literally just re-peeked it raw with his M4 and got a second kill, no trade. These aren't things that could happen without punishment. Chaos needs to be ready for these. They need to space better if they want to have some sort of success.
Indeed, and I think this has to factor into the fact that these 2 teams have met very recently, just a couple of days ago. It was a very different storyline in that matchup. But it's also going to give Whalers some familiarity with how Chaos play, and it seems that they have read things really well. I mean, when Chaos went on that 8-round streak, I thought it was over. Then Whalers never gave up, battled it back to a 10-5 half, and now on CT, it seems that they are so comfortable. Like you said, they're taking dry peaks, but now the dry peaks come back to bite him as Whippy rips ahead clean. Steve will take out 1 more. The bomb will be able to go down, and then there's Kriegs in the hands of the T side. Whippy over the smoke, takes out DJ. Is this a save call from the Whalers? Still 5-man hold on B.
Yeah, they have to. They don't really have a choice, and this is actually such an unfortunate loss. I feel like Whalers had set themselves up nicely for a tie game and contesting for the map point, but now it's going to be Chaos getting it for free on their eco. A straight robbery, Boggs. And they picked up 2 SGs off that. Weapons they were more than happy to hold on to. New England Whalers have dropped what was supposed to be a decent winning condition for them here.
Indeed. That would have been Whalers' chance to really put a stranglehold on this game, get to map point first, but instead it will be Chaos. And they'll have 2 rounds to play with before Whalers can bring it to overtime. Some great individual aim duels from Chaos, surely, but I think that's that confidence being too much for the Whalers. Taking the dry peaks, 1v1 duels, and getting punished for it. They do have another buy. Ponelon has his op. But there is no more wiggle room for the Whalers. Putting utility over towards Banana. It's a 3-man stack to B from the CT side. Chaos now going for a more controlling default to Banana. It's something they haven't had success with early. Or even the majority of this T side. Whippy getting burned down to oblivion. Still alive for now. But I think he still is the position for the Chaos side. However, Nismo with a good flashbang will put the finishing touches on Whippy. Man advantage for the CT side. The Whalers trying to right the ship.
Boggs, I've seen way too many eco losses on this map today that I'm comfortable admitting. Especially at over the 12-12 mark. I saw 2 earlier in the same match. One at 12-14 and the other one at 14-14. And that's Steel opening up B bomb site. He just killed the solo defender. That's Pwn alone, who's, well, Pwn alone, and that weakens the entire part of the map, and Chaos are just following up. They're getting that free B bomb site. And I think Whalers, they're going to have a tough time retaking this one.
Steel will make it tougher. He nets 1 kill. The op known is going to make it harder, but Smuya with the other big green gun will take out DJ, the lone player on Banana. That eliminates the pincer. Now just low HP, Boo and Nismo coming in through CT. No Molotovs to flush out the defense. I guess the now defense as Steel adds a 3rd kill to his tally. Looking for the 4th. Boo peeks into his crosshair. And that is all she wrote for the Whalers on their map pick of Inferno. 16-13 Chaos. It got a little crazy there for a good chunk of that half, but they are able to pull it over the line in the end.
Yeah, and that got much closer than we anticipated, especially considering how the first half had ended. But New England Whalers continue to make Chaos sweat for these wins. But after all, this was New England Whalers' map pick. That should have been their best chance at success. And we're coming up on Dust 2, one of Chaos' best maps in their pool. And with this double op setup incoming by Whippy and Smoothie that we saw glimpses of on Inferno, I am worried for the Whalers. But for now, they still have a fighting chance. It's not out just yet. But before we advance to the second map, I just want to say thank you all for being in here tonight. It's been a pleasure. The chat's been surprisingly pretty good mostly. But remember to have respect for players, staff, talent, each other, literally everyone in here. We're all in here for good fun. We're all in here to watch Counter-Strike, so please maintain that level of respect and lightheartedness. And before we go to music, before we have Sabrosa come back on the DJ table, please follow our socials: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever you got, Facebook, whatever you got, we're there. Follow us. We're giving away skins throughout the playoffs. We're giving away 1 terabyte SSDs. So if you're in the market for some of these, follow us on our socials. And of course, follow this man right here. His ad's down below on Twitter. Mine is down here. And our producer and observer, Melanie, she does a great job behind the scenes. For now, we'll be back. Sabrosa, kick the DJ table.